he's a little bit twisted. He likes to take you in one direction. Just when you think you've reached a point of understanding, then he will take you somewhere else. That's what he likes to do.
So where do you get your inspirations from? I mean, this is very different than Dainipan Jin, very different than Symbol. Where do you get your inspirations for the story?
週に1回ぐらい何か上から降ってくるんですよね。
About once a week, something just drops into his head.
And it's all, I mean, it's incredible because in Japan he's very busy. He has several TV shows which run regularly, weekly, and he's actually been here in Toronto shooting things for their TV shows, his TV shows in Japan. What has been the most memorable thing you've seen in Toronto so far?
昨日のお客さんの熱気ですかね。
The passion that the audience had at the screening last night.
And he came out waving a Blue Jays flag. So do we have any questions from the audience? We can't see, so don't be shy. Anyone? Yes.
Why Beethoven?
Why Beethoven?
そうですね。何かこう皆さんを引きつける要素になるかなとは思いましたね。
He thought it would just be something that would attract a big crowd.
That and S&M. S&M plus Beethoven. Big crowds.
He agrees with you.
Did you actually do any research into S&M private bondage clubs for the film?
割と普段からは心がけて。
He tries to make sure he goes often.
And I don't know if you can see, but his jacket has a little B insignia. Do we have anyone else here? Don't be shy. Yes.
Why did you make the film look kind of bit washed off?
少しこう時代を古くすることによって前半特に少しこうオカルトといいますか少し怖い状況緊張感みたいなものが出せるかなその方が後半に向かって非常に皆さんに楽しんでもらえる意外性を出せるんじゃないかなと思います。
It's actually set back a few decades, so you want to give it like a little bit of an older look, and also to give it a little bit more of an occultish feel to it, so you would be a little bit more nervous as you watch the show, and that would be a better build-up towards the end. The craziness happens at the end.
Was there one queen that you wanted to have in the movie but you couldn't? Did you get all the queens you wanted?
まあコスチュームがねいろいろ好き嫌いっていうのが揺れてる
You were saying that, yeah, there was, it was a false alarm.
Was it an earthquake?
Just joking. Yeah, yeah, the costume with some of them, and
So he got all the queens. There wasn't one that he didn't want, or like there wasn't a queen that he wrote that he wasn't able to put in the film.
やっぱりこうどうしても出したい部分と出したくない部分って女優さんがそれぞれいるので、最終的にそれが理由っていうのはないかもしれないんですけど、まあ多少選びましたね。
yeah, some of the queens, they had bits of their bodies that they wanted to show and bits they didn't want to show, and yeah, there's a bit of some conversation, a little bit of choosing happened in in that process.
Do we have any other questions? Yes, on the side.
First thing, welcome to Canada.
Oh, thank you. J. Blue Jays, okay. Blue Jay,
He's having too much fun, and because of this, he's going to live a long life.
ありがとうございます。100歳になったらどんな映画が撮れるか僕も楽しみにしてます。
Thanks a lot. He's looking forward to what type of film he'll be making when he does turn 100.
And do we have anyone else here? Yes. Oh, in the back? Yes. Sorry, there was a question? Yes.
There was a government guy from in the middle of the movie. We're just wondering what happened to him. Or that's not
Well, the government guy does come back and rescues Slobber Boy. That was the same government guy.
あの人は、いや、あの人は残念ながら飲み込まれた。
So you're wondering what happened to that guy?
Yes.
If you look close enough, you see that yeah, he does get gobbled. Yeah, unfortunately, he gets gobbled.
Oh, one in the back up there, straight up there, yes, sir.
I was just wondering, I'm not familiar with Japanese comedic conventions or cultures, but would Japanese people find this movie as strange as someone like myself?
いや、日本人はまだまだこれを見慣れてなくて、僕は今回トロントの人のお客さんの方が残念ながらレベルが上のような気がします。
Yes, the Japanese audiences aren't used to seeing stuff like this, and unfortunately, he thinks that the level of the audience here in Toronto is higher than the Japanese audience. They appreciate it more. It's sad.
It was interesting because after the screening, he came up to me and was like, I think they laughed a little too much. and when you see a film in Japan, the audiences are so reserved. You can have a crazy, wild, horror action film, and the audience is just quiet. It's quite a culture shock. And do we have a final question from anyone? Yes, in the middle.
I'd like to ask you a question in Japanese.
Yes.
まっちゃんは S ですか M ですかなぜ SM を選ばれたんですか
She wants to know if he's a sadist or a masochist. Why did he make a film about sadomasochists?
僕今回で50歳になったんですが、どんどん時間をかけていってどんどん M になってきましたね。
He's actually just turned 50. He's 50 years old, and over time he's gradually becoming more and more of a masochist.
何かね、その人間の心にある、血液型とはまた違う相手によって S と M が入れ替わるというそのメカニズムというか、それがなんかまだまだ解明されなくて僕はすごく興味があったんですよ。
He was really interested in the way that people interact differently if the person they're with is sadistic or masochistic. He was really interested in the way that people like switch around and they interact differently with other people.
So be sure to go to the Midnight Madness blog because we have some clips of some of his TV shows, and definitely do a YouTube search because you can find a lot of his sketches subtitled in English, and he does wild things. So let's hear it for Matsumoto, Hitoshi Matsumoto, the director of R100.